Berube here, live with Henry Prejean, okay, at the Sahara branch. And today we're going to be talking about, well, let's start at the beginning. 8 weeks ago, this crazy pandemic happens, but you still go on a roll, right? Tell us a little about that.
Well, they shut down everything on the 17th, and I remember March, and I remember going home, and I was just an eerie, quiet feeling, and I thought about it, and I was almost wanting to get depressed, and I just got so determined. I said, no, just stay focused, keep going to work every day, and stay focused. Well, of course, 18th hit. I had an escrow that was closing on the 20th, and on the 19th, the guy calls me up and says, Henry, give the seller the $2,500 deposit. I'm walking. There's going to be a 30% correction in the market. I said, well, and I explained to him. I said, well, I don't know. He was buying in Sunset Summerlin. I said, those people usually have retirement incomes, and I don't see a crash coming. He still walked. So my first reaction, of course, was more depression, and I thought,
oh no,
I'm not going to participate.
Yeah,
I'm not going to participate.
Great attitude.
I'm going to go to work every day. I'm going to put in my 1 to 2 hours of prospecting. I'm going to do my mail outs, my call outs. I'm just going to work every day. And if you've seen our office, it's empty. So this has got to be the safest environment. Really. And I'm just used to prospecting, standing up here. I got the bullpen. I got the music on. I'm excited about being here. And I just got one coming that I would have taken already, but that's going to be June 1st.
Right.
So during this time, I put in 4 new listings basically. I've got one new buyer. I got one new buyer in escrow right now.
Okay.
Just signed her in escrow, and we've been doing all the preliminaries. So I've just been on a roll. So my focus is to make sure I come to the branch every day.
Right. I
come in even on Saturdays. It's dark. I have to flip the lights on, but that's okay. Put the music on. I spend my hour and a half just with the music on, and I keep phone calling, and I switch. Half the time I'm calling California leads. Half the time I'm calling Nevada.
Yeah.
Go back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, Henry has his license at our Yorba Linda office, and he has it here at the Sahara branch, so he's licensed in both states. Dual license.
Dual
Yep.
license.
Yeah.
So
I love your attitude. So I'm not going to participate in the negativity. So you don't watch the news.
No.
Why would you ever do that to yourself?
No, I'm a conservative talk show junkie, but other than that, and I listen to the #1 guy. He's always inspired me.
Yeah.
To do well. I got to do. And then during these last few weeks, I just started doing things after work that make me happy. Things I used to do.
Okay, here's a couple examples.
Well,
great.
Well, first of all, I needed to do spring cleaning. Right. So once I got the house all the spring cleaning done, which allows me now to do what's fun. Well, what's fun? I like to cook. I like to brew beer.
Right.
So I started brewing beer, and I hadn't done that in over a year.
Well, and you've done a total body transformation, haven't you?
Yeah,
last year.
You're a big part of that.
Well, thank you.
I wanted to look as nice as you do.
Hey, don't get carried away.
Yeah, over the last,
you look incredibly good, dude.
Over the last 12 months, I've lost 60 pounds.
60 pounds.
And that's through repetition. And I'm trying to, and that's another reason why I come every day to work, because I was able to lose that 60 pounds through repetition.
Right.
Eating the same foods, eating the same way, watching my calories, going to the gym, 5 days a week. Actually, I kicked it up a few more days. But since they closed the gym, I still just been really watching my diet. And I had to get a home scale out to make sure my diet was staying, the same, and I was eating the same foods. Same thing with my prospecting. Come in, do my prospecting, do my, what do they call that? My daily revenue commitments.
DRCs.
DRCs.
And Mark would say, good job.
And I just.
Which is okay, so tell them about that. That's the number of people you talk to in order to satisfy your goal this year.
Yeah, I usually dial between 75 and 100 dials a day. So lately I've been getting 15 to 20 contacts a day.
Yeah.
And just continue to do that and continue to add to my database. And then I also follow up on all my past renters. I know when they rented, so I call them the next year about a month ahead of time. Hey, you're looking to buy.
Right.
And everybody I meet, I'm passing out my cards.
So I call that in the hunt mentality.
Yeah.
Always looking for the next transaction. Because you're in real estate.
That's right.
Every conversation could be worth money in this time.
Correct. And I just really realized how important that every individual is. I don't care who they are. If they're a person and they got a heartbeat, if they're not buying, they know someone that is. And you have to befriend and be courteous to everybody. Pass out your card. Tell them what you do.
So critical.
People you think
at the gym, here. So you talk to 15, 16 people a day, every day, after 75 to 100 dials, because the contact per dial ratio has gone up because more people are home, right?
Yeah.
So what's the attitude, when you're talking to them now that the pandemic's going on? Eager to talk, the same as before, a little different?
No, I think they're more eager to talk.
I think so too, yeah.
They will stay on the phone a lot longer.
Yeah.
And as you progress and you stay on the phone, you get better too. So you sound more professional. So they won't just hang up on you. They'll actually listen to you.
Yeah.
At first, 3 years ago when I started prospecting, or 4 years ago, 4 years ago now, they would hang up on me all the time. And I've noticed how much I've gotten better on the phone, because I'll be, for months, I'll just do my just listed, just solds, and then all of a sudden I'll start calling the expireds again. And the expireds, they all nice.
Yeah.
And they're not hanging up on me. So that told me that my tonality was improving, everything got better. So I call the expireds now too, religiously.
Yeah, and you've been in my coaching for like, what, 3-4 years now, right? Ever since I started basically doing it. And it's funny because if you remember the story, what Henry just went through, when I coach newer agents and they start prospecting, one day they'll say, hey, I called a neighborhood and everybody was nice. Yeah, I always go, do you think it's the neighborhood, or maybe you're more engaging or entertaining, or both? So that's very important. And now when you get on the phone, now even when you get hung up on, the rejection doesn't bother you anymore, does it?
No.
Yeah, it's part of the game.
It's part of the game.
Rejection isn't bad, it's necessary. You're in sales, you have to be rejected. Some of you still dating know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, I'm not going to go any further on that. But here's the whole idea is what Henry's talking about, 60 pounds, a year?
Yep.
60 pounds in a year. Census has started 8 weeks ago. He's got 4 new listings, and a few of them are sold, right?
No, they're all still listed, but I got a buyer on top of it.
You got a buyer on top of that. So 5 contracts.
And I've got one in escrow.
One in escrow, okay? All since this has started. So now I would say some of that is the momentum that you've been carrying, because you've been prospecting for a while now.
Yeah. I felt like the year started slow for me. I just couldn't get in the groove. Mm-hmm. And I don't know maybe this virus got me in the groove, but when it hit, I just got so determined that I wasn't going to let this stop me. So I
love
just,
it.
Focused, and I come in every day, make my phone calls, and and like I said, I try to stay happy, because this has been rough. I know, in all of us.
Yeah,
it really has.
Yeah, and so tell me a little. So just my last question is: so you start prospecting, you get hung up on. Tell me a little about the process, because it takes determination to get through that uncomfortable phase, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I was interviewed by Larry Tate last week, and I brought this up.
LT.
When you're on the phone and you're making your prospecting calls, all of a sudden you'll say something in such a way that you can hear the other person on the other end of the phone actually pull the phone closer to them. They're really listening to you. Yeah. And when you start hearing that or feeling that, your tonality's getting better. Your wording's getting better. And I'll say the biggest thing that happened in my prospecting is when I said, I'm so and so from Berkshire Hathaway. It's not that I'm from Berkshire Hathaway. I'm a real estate agent in your neighborhood. So I always say that. I say, I'm Henry with Berkshire Hathaway. Most people they don't know who Berkshire Hathaway is. So now they got all this question marks in their mind. They're going, who in the world is calling me? Right. So they're going like, oh, they're confused. Is this Warren Buffett? Well, they don't even know the two even fit together. They don't. The average Joe Q doesn't know. Right. So once I added that I'm a real estate agent in your neighborhood, the phone just come. You could just feel the person. So that's your intro. I like it. Yeah. Oh, and the minute I started doing that, it changed my career as far as prospecting. And what you're talking about, I call when at first you make it weird a little bit because you're uncomfortable. Yeah. You're nervous. It comes across. Your voice goes up at the end. Hello, this is Rick Berube. But when you get comfortable, they can feel. When you act like you do this all day, every day, this is perfectly normal, this is natural, they feel it. Yeah. Okay, and that just takes a little while to get that comfortable. All right, some of you will do it in a couple months. Some of you may take a little bit longer, but if you continue at it, you'll get really good at it like Henry is now. And you can tell you're no longer a stranger. Yeah. You're no longer a stranger. Danger. Yeah, the minute you tell them you're a real estate agent in your neighborhood, they really just, oh, really? Yeah. So you're a friend. Right. You're no longer, just some joke. Noisy telemarketer. Yeah, exactly.
All right, cool. Well, thank you very much for your time, Henry. Really appreciate it. Let's keep rocking. We'll talk again soon, guys. Thank you.
guys.
Woohoo!
Good job.